Okay, everyone, welcome to another strategic guide to WarLight templates. Today we're going to cover Snowy Mountains, and this was a map created by Chaos originally, and I think MOD was telling me that Lolowot originally made this template, and this is actually a multi-attack template. So can you tell us something about the settings, MOD?
Yeah, you can see the neutrals are 1, because then you don't have to count as much, because you can just, if you want to move a certain amount of territories, for example 5 territories you want to move, then you can just double the amount of armies you need to get this. So if you want to move 5 territories, you need 10 armies to reach a certain spot on multi-attack with 1 neutrals.
That's usually the main problem with multi-attack, is people have a little trouble calculating how many exact armies they need to get all the areas they need on the first turn, and then they lose income advantage because they miscalculate that stuff.
Exactly, and that's why we decided to make the neutrals only 1 army instead of 2, because if you have 2 armies as neutral, then you always have a tap last. And then you have to calculate and count and stuff. And here you can just move the armies and it should be fine. If you,
Okay, and the settings, you have 4 initial armies and 4 positions with 6 armies each. And it's 0% straight round and cyclic order. Cyclic is only interesting for you to get the first turn. Do you have any cards? I believe you have order priority, you have gift, and reconnaissance and blockade. So I guess we should mention 3 things. The first one is how much early income you can get out of these 4 starting spots with 6 income.
You can see you have only 3 base income, and starting stacks of 6. So you can spend on 3 of those spots. You can spend 1 army, and you got 7 armies there. 6 that you can move, and with 6 movable armies you can take 3 territories.
So you can get a +2.
You can get a +2, exactly. You can get 3 +2 and 1 +1.
I usually use
that's the
that
maximum you can get here. Yeah, sorry.
I usually use that last one to actually try to counter something from the opponent, usually a blind counter, because it's usually not enough for you to get another territory completely, unless it's a +1.
There are several strategics, but my favorite strategic for picking is going for relatively safe areas for my first 4 picks. Then my fifth up to 8 pick are just counters on my other picks.
Yeah.
So if I miss something, I can directly counter it.
Okay, and this leads me to the second point that I wanted to make, which is position. This is all about position, this map, in my opinion at least. So you have
it's a lot,
a few spots, like you can see like Icans, or you can see, for example, in Alpa in the north, or Azkrel here in the center, and these are like key places where it defines where you can access one side of the map. So if you can control those and do enough delay moves, you can do a lot of damage by controlling those key points. So it ends up a lot about positioning. You don't want to have all 4 of your positions on one side of the map. You want to have safety, and then you want to have a foot where the rest of the action is.
That's really important on multi-attack, because if you have all your spots on one place or close together, then you can just get broken in just 1 single turn. And if you split up your spots, then you got probably broken on 1 point, but you can also break your opponent on 1 point, and you don't get completely broken by just one stack, for example. And that's really important, that you split, that you try to make, if possible, you should try to get 4 different spots. You don't try to make combos. You try to counter your other spots, but you don't try to get combos.
Okay, and the last point that I think it's really important to mention on this map is the cards. You have a
Exactly.
blockade card and you have a gift card. And a gift card may seem stupid at first, but in multi-attack is very useful, because if you use a gift card on a place where you are already broken and you know that your enemy will want to go through, you can gift a territory there, and when the opponent is doing the multi-attack, when it reaches that territory, since it's already his, it won't propagate the multi-attack, so it will be stuck there. And this can be very useful to preventing your opponent from breaking all through your area. You gift him a key territory, like for example, I'm going to give a very quick example. You have here Gjorn. You see that your opponent is in Alpa, and you have your base income down here. And you know that you will lose Gjorn, or you don't give a shit about Gjorn, so you gift Akfoti, for example, and then you blockade Grefosu. So if they put a big stack here in Alpa and attack you, they will get stuck in Akfoti and not propagate the attack down south. And meanwhile, you can use your armies elsewhere and break him from behind. So these are the kind of tactics that you usually want to do in multi-attack, that you need to be a little used to multi-attack settings to get the most out of.
Exactly, that's very important. And also, you have to see that blockade card multiplies times 10, because you don't have to blockade a lot of armies. You can just blockade one single army, and it's still a stack of 10 if you blockade. Yep. So you don't have to waste many armies on a blockade. Another important thing here is the reconnaissance card. Mm-hmm. The reconnaissance card, you can use it already after picks, and then you can see, of course, you can see where you spied, and you can see where your opponent is, and you better use it on a place where you can also counter.
Yeah.
That is counterable for you, because it is not helpful for you to reconnaissance to use your card on a place that you can't reach anyways.
Yeah.
You want to have useful intel, and also you can see where your opponent spied on you, where he expected you to be. You can see that this here.
Oh, the cards are public?
Exactly.
Oh, and I didn't know
that. Yeah, but through that you can see where your opponent spied, and you can also guess
where he's going to
where
counter.
He might be. Yeah, if he is going to counter, if he sees you, and if he didn't see you through the reconnaissance card, you might just find out where he is, because he tries to spy on a place that makes sense for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand? So if I spy on a spot which is close to my bonus, then you might guess in which bonus I am, and that might give you extra intel. So that's also helpful to check the history to see where I spied on you.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that the cards were completely public on this template. That's good to know. Okay, I think that's it for this template, unless you have anything else to add.
No, I think that was it.
Okay, so thank you everyone, hope it was useful. Let us know your comments if you have any other issue with this template in particular. Bye-bye.